Hello eyeshadow lovers, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, I am Sneha. I am a lover of all things eyeshadow, and this is an eyeshadow only channel. So here I do reviews, hauls, looks, rankings, you name it, with only eyeshadow palettes, with only eye products, you know, base primers, concealers, those kind of things. If you are looking for a channel that is completely focused on eyeshadow, where you don't really have to listen to reviews and rankings kind of mixed in with other makeup products, then this is the channel for you. And I'm really excited that you guys are all here to follow along with my obsession to eyeshadow. So welcome. I hope you guys subscribe, you know, comment on this video, like this video, share this video, because all of your interactions count so much and mean so much, and make my video more visible to other people who, you know, have similar interests. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to be doing 3 looks with the Van Gogh palette today. This is by Kailav Beauty, and they were formerly known as Musee Beauty. And I'm really excited about this because they are a South Asian owned brand, and for those of you who don't know, I am also South Asian. My family is from India. So I'm very excited to be trying a South Asian owned brand, and kind of seeing what they came up with for people with kind of our skin tone. Before I do my first look, I want to show you guys all swatches of this palette. It is super beautiful, so let me do that. Okay, so the first shade in here is called Night, and it's like a matte blue. The second shade is called Irises, and it's like a shimmery purple. The third shade is called Sunflower, and it's a matte yellow. The next shade is called Blossom, and it is a shimmery blue. The next shade is called Cypress, and it is a matte green. The next shade is called Starlight, and this is probably my favorite shade in the palette. It's like a chartreuse yellow green. The next shade is called Auvert, and it's like a dark matte black almost, but it's more of a kind of brown tone. And let me just tell you, these formula is so buildable. Yeah, this is pigmented, it's buildable, it's blendable, it's everything. This formula is everything. Okay. This shade is called Terrace, and it's like a gold, kind of like a grungy gold. And the last shade is called Cottage, and it is a matte orange color. Okay. So these are how this palette swatched on dry, unprimed skin. So there you have it. Those are the swatches of the palette. Alright, on to the eye looks. So I'm actually just going to get into the first look, and after the video I'm going to kind of give you sort of my review of the palette after I finish all my looks. Okay, so for my first look, I think I want to use the green and the brown, and then the kind of chartreuse color here. So I'm gonna start with the green. Alright, so I'm just gonna start blending that slowly, just right into the crease with my E40 blending brush from Sigma. I'm gonna kind of, I always do a little bit of a halo kind of corner out, so I'm just gonna start that a little. This green is really pigmented and really very pretty looking. I'm just kind of blending that kind of into the crease really nicely. Yeah, and that is blending really well. It's very, very pretty. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of keep blending it up and out. I'm just kind of going to create like a colorful halo around the eye, and I really want this green to be like visible in the look, and sort of the centerpiece matte. So I'm just blending. It's very, very pretty. So now I'm going to deepen up this color with this. Well, now I'm thinking, do I want to use the blue to deepen up and then use the kind of chartreusey color? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna try using the blue to deepen up. So let me just take this blue on this little small tapered blending brush. You see it has like a point at the end, which will really help me kind of get this into the shape that I want. So I'm gonna point my brush this way and just dip it straight in. So you see the color is on the tip here. Okay. And I'm just gonna place that kind of exactly where I want it. And this brush is really, really good for this, just like packing the color right where you want it, especially like the very first part where you're kind of shaping the look. This is the brush that I recommend, and then if you want to pack on the color, I would switch to kind of a different brush, but this is good for like the initial shaping of where you want the colors and just kind of making sure it doesn't get messy. So you see I kind of created a little corner there, and I'm just going to blend out a little bit more with this green so that it doesn't get lost. And then I'm just going to pack on the blue onto the outer corner, and I'm going to use this E25 blending brush. Yeah, just packed on that blue to the outer part of the lid. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side really quickly. So also, if you didn't know this about me already, my eyes are kind of two different like shapes on the lids. So there's just slight differences when I do my makeup on either side, just because there are slight differences in my eyes. And then again, I'm just going to blend out slowly with this smaller blending brush. And I'm going to pack on the blue onto the outer corner, again using this E25 brush. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm actually going to use this like blue shimmer on the middle of the lid, and then I'm going to go into the inner corner with the really pretty chartreusey color. So let me just start with that blue shade, and I'm using this shader brush to get like a really precise kind of color application. So this shade is called Blossom, and that is so pretty. So I'm just gonna put that right in the middle of the lid, right next to the blue. It's very, very pretty. And then I'm gonna put this again on the other eye. And that's so pretty, that like pretty blue shade. Okay. So now that that's there, now I'm gonna go in with this chartreuse color right here. It's called Starlight. And I'm just gonna put that in the inner corner. And I think I'm going to use this pencil brush. And that is so pretty. I'm actually going to switch to my shader brush because this pencil brush is kind of acting a little weird with this color. So, and this shader brush kind of gives you a smoother application. I'm also putting this color kind of in the inner corner as well, as you can see. I'm going to blend this a little together with the blue matte, so just... Okay. And I'm going to do the other side. Oh yeah, this color is... I mean, I don't even need to spray this. This is like super vibrant, super, super pretty without doing anything to it. And that is so freaking pretty. Wow, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Holy freaking crap. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm obsessed. That's fine. It happened. Oh, wow. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do the lower lash line. And I think I'm gonna line with the green. I think this blue is a little dominant up here. So I'm gonna take my pencil brush. And also I use this color switch to switch colors. And I think I got this, I don't remember where I got this. Maybe I got this online. But this is perfect for like doing super colorful looks with your brushes. You know, so that you can just kind of switch colors between looks and things like that without everything getting muddy, and with the colors still kind of being what they're supposed to be. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put that chartreuse color, like, again, more in the inner corner. Okay, so I'm just gonna put on my liner and mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so I'm back and this is the final look. Okay guys, so I love this look. I mean, these colors are so pigmented, they're so blendable. You can see that they build on top of each other really nicely. You see the green, you see the blue, kind of exactly where I placed them. This shimmer on the inner corner is to die for. I mean, this is so complementary to brown skin tones. Usually like neon-y colors like this aren't very complementary to brown skin tones, but this one is so good. It's so good. So yeah, this is simply beautiful. I love this look. Alright guys, on to the second look. Alright, so now we are gonna do look number 2 with the Musee Beauty Van Gogh palette. So I really liked how the first look came out, and my eyes are all primed and concealed and ready to go. I used the Sigma base primer in the color Ignite on my eyelids. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into the second look. So for this look, I really want to use this purple shimmer right here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use this orange, this deepening up kind of black brown color, and this purple shade. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first I'm gonna use my E40 blending brush and I'm gonna take that orange color right in the crease. So it's called Cottage, by the way. So here we go. And let's just take that right in the crease. We are simply taking this in the crease and kind of blending it out to get the shape that we want. Just gonna take it a little bit on the other side. And if you look, like, the brush is just doing all the work for me. There's nothing I have to do really, like, besides just kind of place this. Oh, here we go. Okay. Just gonna put a little bit more in here. I'm just gonna create kind of a halo on the outside a little of this orange, so that when I add in the dark color, it'll kind of already be sort of shaped the way I want it. Okay, so you see we kind of have that little halo on both sides. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to take the kind of brown color, and I'm just gonna, so now I'm gonna take that brown color and I'm just gonna put it right on the outer corner. So to do that, I'm gonna use this precision blending brush that I used for the first look. So I'm just gonna take it, and it's called Auvert. So it's right here, and I'm just gonna place it kind of exactly where I want it. Okay. Just gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna deepen this side up a little too. Okay, and I'm just gonna place just a little bit more right here on the lid, and I think I want to do a halo eye, so I'm just gonna kind of deepen this color up right here, and I'm gonna place the same color on the inner corner. So it's really gonna be kind of a nice dark smoky kind of halo eye here. See kind of how I took the shadow all the way up to where the orange is? That's kind of what you want to do to get a nice blend here. So, alright, now I'm just going to blend all of this out a little bit. So I'm going to take this small tapered blending brush. I'm just going to blend these little transitions here. Okay, so now we kind of have the shell of our halo eye, and now I'm just going to take a shader brush. This is the same kind of small shader brush I used for the first look, and I'm going to dip it into this purple color, and the purple color is called Irises, and it's beautiful. And I'm just going to place this right in the middle here. I might even spray my brush a little bit. I mean, so this is kind of what it looks like unsprayed, which is still like really, really pretty. And then I might do just one coat with my brush sprayed. I'm just gonna coat the other side. And I'm just gonna blend this kind of together. Beautiful. I mean, this purple is simply stunning. It kind of looks like a silver almost. It's beautiful. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm thinking I want to take something a little different on the lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna take the dark blue that I used in the first look. So this color is called Night. It's nice dark blue. Okay, so you see the blue on the lower lash line, and I really, really like it. So I'm just gonna put on my eyeliner and my mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. And I simply love this look. I mean, this purple is so wintry and silvery and lovely. It makes me very, very happy. And then this orange color is so pigmented, and it just showed up so beautifully on the outer edge. And then this deepening up color is like perfect, like winter smoky vibes. So I love this eye look. And let's go on to the third eye look. I'm ready for the third look. The only shades I have not yet used in this palette are the yellow shade called Sunflower and this neutral shimmer called Terrace. So I'm gonna try to use both of those in this look. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this sort of the more neutrally look of the three. So I'm gonna use the yellow, the orange, the brown, the neutral shimmer, and I might use the chartreusey shimmer again for the inner corner highlight. So alright, let's get started. I'm gonna start with the yellow, and I'm gonna just blend that out as kind of the halo color. Of course, since it's a yellow, I will have to take a little bit kind of more time with this because it'll take a few tries before it really shows up. But actually, this one is doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is very pigmented for a yellow. It's kind of more a grungy yellow, as you can see. It's not like pure, you know, pure bright yellow. But I'm just trying to get it as pigmented as I possibly can before I deepen it up. And with this one, I don't have to be super precise because I really don't mind if it goes all the way up to the brow bone or, you know, something else. Whereas if it's a darker color, I don't really want it all the way up to my brow bone. So I kind of take a little bit more precision with it. But this one, I don't really care because it's so light anyway that, like, it'll look fine if that happens. Okay, and now I'm just going into the other side, sort of doing the same thing. And this is one of the easier colors to work with, I think. Darker colors are always harder to work with, I think, at least. So, okay. And now I'm going to deepen this up a little bit with this orange color called Cottage. So again, I'm just going to take that on sort of this smaller blending brush. This is kind of a detailed blending brush. And I'm just going to pick that up and put it sort of right in the crease. Again, I'm starting to kind of form a shape with it, but I'm gonna wait until the darker one to really kind of set the shape of the eye. And I love this like small, firm blending brush because it is so precise and like just does exactly what I want it to. And I'm not being too precise with these colors because they're pretty light and just very seamlessly blend into each other, so I'm not worried about them at all. So now we have this like orange in the blend, and I'm next just gonna take this brown kind of deepening up color called Auvert, and I'm gonna place that just right on the outer edge. I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my E27 brush, which is kind of like the E25, but it's just a little smaller. And this one actually doesn't give you as intense of a color payoff as the E25, but I kind of like it. Like, I don't necessarily want this to go super dark just yet. So I am placing again on this other side. And I kind of like this brown. It's like kind of a cool toned brown, and it looks pretty much black when you put it on the eye, so it's pretty interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna go in just with my pencil brush and just sort of darken it up just exactly where I want it darker. So now that it's a little bit deeper, I'm gonna go in with that neutral shimmer just on the center of the lid here. So I'm gonna use my shader brush once again. This is just the best brush for laying down color. Okay, so you see that nice neutral shimmer. Put that right in the center of the lid. I'm gonna pat it down first, but I may end up spraying my brush because this is a little bit duller than I prefer for neutral shimmers, so I may end up spraying my brush and seeing what happens. So that is what it looks like. It's a little too neutral for me, but I like that there is a neutral shimmer in this palette. So, okay, so I'm gonna use my setting spray and I'm going to just spray my brush this time and pack on one more layer of this shimmer just with my brush sprayed. So when I spray, I usually pick it up and then I spray the brush, so like that. And then I'm going to just, oh yeah, and this is a lot more color payoff, I think. It's a lot shinier when I spray my brush. So yeah, so you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick it up again and I'm gonna put it on the other eye. Okay. So now we have this neutral shimmer on both eyes. And then I'm just going to put that chartreuse color right in the inner corner. So I'm going to use, again, my shader brush for this. Again, it's the best brush I have for sort of laying down shimmers and really getting like a good color payoff from them. So I'm just going to place this in the inner corner. I don't want it to overshadow the neutral too much, just because I know this is like a standout shade. So I'm just gonna place it kind of right where I need it. I'm gonna blend it in, but okay. And I really like that addition. I like that it really kind of pops. So I'm just gonna blend this in really quickly. And you can see, even though it's a neutral look, it looks so good. I am really impressed with the way this came out. Like, you can really see the yellow, you can really see the orange. The deepening up color is like the perfect kind of grungy deepening color. This neutral kind of shimmer, it's not a pure gold, which I actually really like. It's sort of more grungy gold, which I think really goes with the vibe of the palette. I wish it just had a little bit more like shine and brilliance. It was more of a metallic, but that is like a very small complaint because I really like this. And then the inner corner color is like insane. I mean, this inner corner color is so good. It's so good. So yeah, wow. I love this. Okay, I'm going to put the orange on my lower lash line really quickly. You can see it's kind of showing up, but it's not showing up as much as I would want it to on the lower lash line. You can see it a little bit right there on the edge, like. So there it is. I'm gonna put on my lashes and my mascara, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so here is the finished look. And I have to say, I love this look. This is such an easy breezy, like fall everyday sort of look. Yeah, I love this. I mean, this is like neutral with a twist, and I'm very, very impressed. So overall, my review of this palette is I am just blown away by how good this palette is. This color story just really is speaking to me. Like, every single shade in this palette performed beautifully, blended beautifully, it builded beautifully. It, you know, never got muddy. It was super pigmented. You can see, like, I can even see the yellow on my eyes. This was simply just such a good palette. And I'm really happy to see something like this created by a South Asian indie brand. Just because, like, you know, as you would expect, they know, you know, how our skin works, they know our skin shades, and they know what looks good on it, and I'm really glad that they kind of proved that in this palette. So wow, I am super impressed. I would say my favorite shade has to be Starlight, but I also really love this yellow. I think this is probably the best performing yellow on my eyes that I have in my collection, and it's really rare and hard to find such a good yellow shade for me. I also really like Irises, which is the purple shade from the second look. I love that shade. I mean, it's like silvery purple. It's the perfect like winter shade. So I would say this is such an ideal fall winter palette. And I think literally everybody should just go get their hands on this right now, because this is perfect fall winter palette. It's like a grungy, beautiful dream. They did so much with a 9-pan palette here. I'm so impressed, and I can't wait to see what Kailav Beauty does next. I think I have a couple palettes on their way from them now, because after I tried this palette I was like, I must have everything that they have ever made. So I'll probably have more reviews of Kailav Beauty in the future, and yeah, I'm just really impressed with this palette, and I hope everybody, or you know, some of you at least, decide to get your hands on this. Also, you know, happy holidays to everybody. I hope you're having a great Christmas and a great Christmas holiday, and I would really appreciate it if you guys, you know, liked, subscribed, commented on this video, because, you know, all of that really helps. So yeah, that's all from me. Alright, happy holidays, guys!